Man, that took so long. I grew a beard in that period of time.
I know. I've shaved.
Well, going to Alaska eventually. I want to look like I actually live there.
Live there, exactly. Well, and you want to probably keep your face warm, although it's kind of summer there right now, right?
I think the high will be 68.
Balmy.
Yeah.
Are you going to take a beach towel?
Definitely short weather, because I went there when it was 18 degrees in shorts. My wife takes a picture of me getting off the plane, walking outside. She's like, this is what Ed does in the winter. It's like, it's okay if you're going to go from there to your car.
Exactly. And then to the hotel or wherever.
If you get broke down on the road, that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's
or you decide to go snowshoeing.
You'll freeze your legs off. Yeah. Did you have that? Today is Wednesday. Did you have a good 4th?
Yeah, I had a great 4th. Kind of low key, fun with the neighbors. Got to participate with a complete roasted pig on site. It's kind of nice.
Did they do a pit? Or
he did a man-made pit with concrete block and cylinders, and God, it was good.
Banana leaves or no?
No, I didn't see any.
Okay, so not the
not the Hawaiian tradition. He butchered the pig in half and roasted each half.
We don't want to get everybody upset right now.
Oh, I know. It was dead when he did it.
Okay.
And it was raised for eating. So
it was grass fed probably.
Yep, grass fed by hand.
So lived in a house
named Parky.
All right, so a couple things I want to kind of go over. Everybody's worried about buying and the values going down. So CoreLogic released yesterday some information, and basically it's showing that in May we are up 1.8%. and 20.2% year over year, which is pretty good appreciation, right? Which is just a slight down from April, 0.7%.
Yeah.
So 0.07, whatever that is.
7.7%.
Yeah. Well, if you look at their 45-year history of looking at this, that's the highest index for in the last 45 days or so. Everybody can read that. And basically what they're saying, we're at a 22% annualized pace is what they're showing. But there was another part of the report that said, if you look at it compounding, we're at 24%. I don't want to get everybody excited that we're going up that much. But the one thing about CoreLogic does is they actually have been missing their forecasts by huge numbers.
Gigantic.
Right? Yeah.
So they're pretty conservative.
Right. They anticipate a 1.2% reading in the month, and we saw 1.8. That's not so bad, but the biggest issue was when they forecasted, they thought we'd have home prices would only increase 3.4% year over year, and then we went up 20%. So what that's saying is that's very conservative. But and they're forecasting going forward that 1% in June and 5% year over year. And a lot of people are going, oh, that's horrible. Well, they've been wrong anyway. They only said 3.4 last year to this year, and we're wrong, which is okay. I just want to show that that's an average depreciation of 4 to 5% that we've had over a 30-year period if you look back. And that's a great way to still build wealth. I mean, it's a huge way. So if you bought a $400,000 home, you put 10% down, that means you would gain 20% in appreciation year over year. You follow me?
20%?
Yeah, 10. Yeah, well, 10. Well,
20,000.
20,000. Sorry, did I say 20?
Man,
I tell you,
I'll read the things.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So that is 5% of 400,000 is $20,000, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but if you look at what you put down on your investment, you earned actually 50%,
which is quite a bit.
You only put down 10%, which is 40,000, right?
Right.
So then you doubled your investment.
Right.
So what does that mean? Buy real estate.
Yeah, real estate. Great way to become wealthy.
Yes.
Long term.
Yes, very much so. What did you have for today? Anything new?
I thought it was kind of interesting that when you always have a big gathering of people and then they find out you're a realtor, they ask you, when's the bubble going to happen?
Right.
And I just look at them and
you say, watch the show.
I just look at them and sip my beer and say, what bubble? That there's basically not going to be a bubble. It's not. Well, right, exactly. It will come later.
No, she's coming later. Bubble.
Oh, bubbles. But that's a dog. So I looked this morning, in 7-day period, we have 52 new listings in Modesto proper.
Right.
Which is a pretty large city.
Do you know how many homes we actually have in Modesto?
No.
Okay.
No, and I don't even want to try to research it.
Okay.
I'm going to say more than 7.
Okay. More than 50.
More than 50. And but 25 new pendings in that same period. So that's half the inventory. Now it's not that inventory that's sold, but keeping pace. That's not a lot of new listings, active listings on the market, and that's all price ranges. That's from 0 to 1 point whatever, 2, 3, 4 million. That means the pool is very, very small for certain price ranges, correct?
Right.
You take all that stuff into it. You had 14 homes come back on the market for one reason or another. Could be people didn't qualify. They didn't lock their rates soon enough.
Or
I
reality set in.
Yeah, I love conjecture. I can conjecture all day long with the best of them. And then you had 8 price reductions. So there you go with sellers and agents that are convinced that because the home down the street sold for so much and theirs is so much nicer, they can start higher. What have we been saying for months?
Price it right.
Price it right. Don't start higher.
Nobody wants to do a bidding war.
And react right away. This isn't food right here. This is just the one little tiny bit of color I have in my beard.
Wait, somebody asking that? Because I don't see.
No, because I look at it and I'm like, what the hell is that?
That's just dirt.
I didn't eat anything yet,
It's
so it
just
can't
dirt.
be. I did fall down in the parking lot.
Is that why you're limping?
No,
Oh.
I limp because I'm old.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So anyway, that's the moral of the story is there's
still
not a
don't have
bubble
enough-
coming. We don't have enough inventory
at
for
all.
everybody. And but now as a buyer, very right time to buy. We say this week after week after week, day after day after day. There's not a lot of competition like there was 3 months ago. So do it.
Yeah, and I mean rates have improved. I know I wasn't going to say anything, but we're hitting the 50-day moving average, and we're going to see how we end up. If we end up above that, we probably will. But the issue is I was talking to a client of mine yesterday because I was telling her I wrote the book, and she's in the book, just her first name. I want to make sure it was okay to keep the name, and she was like, "Man, these rates are horrible," because she has 3 houses. She has a triplex that I helped them buy in 2018, then a single family home like 2019, and then another home in 2021. So if you look at her overall rates, because after her first home was 4.75, almost 5%. So I mean, people forget that these are where the rates are normally. In 18 and 19, everybody loved them. It was 2020 and 2021 where we got extremely low rates, like they would have done when we had the Indian flu or whatever that flu was back in 1920. The last one, whatever that flu was called, not Indian, but the other thing that was 100 years ago that we had the same problem where it was killing a lot of people.
Oh, in 1918, just the influenza.
Yeah, thing that whatever that flu was called.
Yeah, flu. Or we can go the long word, influenza.
Anyway, the issue. So I'm just saying it's all relative. Most people have only seen, if they're in their 25s, they've only seen low rates. They don't remember anything else, and that's okay.
Yeah.
These are normal rates. If they go back down lower, we can refinance you out of it. If not, they're still great rates over a last 50-year period.
Right.
Anyway, did you know there's 71,000 households in Modesto?
I do now.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that's the houses.
That's households.
And
what creates a household? How many
family?
People? I know, but how many people? 2 or more? 4 or more?
It doesn't say that.
Oh, well, yeah. I would like to know.
Did you know how many males are in Modesto?
Too many?
Well, this can't be right because what's our sign show?
Is your census?
Yeah, well, this is the census, Modesto demographics. I don't know when they put this in there because they were saying it's 214,485 residents in Modesto. We have to be more than that.
We are.
Yeah. This is old.
Are we in the 230s?
I thought we were.
Yeah. No, how old is this census? When's the last time they did it? 5 years ago?
I don't remember. It doesn't show that on here. I was just trying to see if I could find the households, the actual homes, just so I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess we have no questions from anybody today.
StreamYard, no questions.
That's right.
2 people looking.
Well, they've had more.
Well, I know. And
what do you see going forward? You see things increasing, meaning what I mean by that is more
inventory
people,
increasing.
No, more people starting to realize to buy.
Yeah, that's with 25 pendings over the last 7-day period. To me, that's up probably 10 transactions from the last few weeks. Hi, Mike and Ed. Okay. Hi, Cindy. So people are hearing our message. If they're not hearing our message, they're hearing their realtor's message or their neighbor's message that, hey, now's a good time to buy, because it does seem that inventory is staying fairly stable. Sales are starting to happen a little bit more. You're also done with Father's Day and all these little celebrations. that always has a factor in what's happening that week as well. Life happens, and so you slow down and you think, oh, there's not much inventory. Interest rates are horrible. Oh, they rebounded. They're a little bit better. Let's go out and buy. So I see activity. I see a good last half of the year. I'm hearing lenders are starting to loosen up. If trues, please. Is that just their personality?
Yeah, I don't. We haven't. I don't know which lenders you're talking about. I know a lot of lenders have been laying off, and so I hope that's not what you mean by loosening up their people. The issue is that we haven't been tight on guidelines. It's the same guidelines. Fannie, Freddie, and FHA, VA. We all have the same. They have their guidelines, and people like myself, we go by their guidelines. They haven't been changing. And
you guys are reintroducing older loans. Talking about the 2-1 buy downs and stuff like that, because now it's a market to where maybe you can get that. The seller can get the price that he wants, a little bit better, but participate and help that buyer get in with a little lower interest rate with the 2-1 buy down.
Right.
So that might be some of the thinking that lenders are loosening up. I don't think we should ever see.
No, we're not loosening up guidelines to where we can. Well, hey, you qualify. Like they did back then.
Wait, yeah.
If they had a pulse,
you put that mirror up against their face. Oh, there's fog. Yeah, you qualify.
No, we're never going to do that again. There's.
Well, the one thing about saying never is don't ever say never.
No, we'll never do those loans again.
There you go.
Yeah, those loans.
Maybe.
Yeah. No, we will never do pick-a-pays.
Yeah, you never know.
No, we won't.
Yeah.
No, we won't. Okay. The regulations and the laws that was put into place by the Biden administration, not Biden, I'm sorry, Obama. I guess he was part of that.
Biden hasn't done anything.
No, Biden and Obama, when they were in, that whole change, they made, ability to repay, all the different laws they put in won't allow those on primary residence.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the issue. Now on investments, that's a totally different program
story.
Yeah, because you can do DSRs, which is debt service, where you just go off of what the payment is. You don't look at you.
Can you do a DNR?
No, do not resuscitate. You could if you fell down and you had
this loan is so
will.
Horrible. Just kill me now and don't resuscitate me.
Yeah. So it's pretty much the same. During the pandemic, the first 6 months, that's where we tightened up.
Yeah,
for a lot of places tightened up. Not all of us, but a lot of them went to like a higher FICO score. But since then, we're pretty much back to where we've always been.
Hey, how do we get people back to work? How do we get people wanting to go back to work?
I don't know.
That's one of the big discussion we were having yesterday at lunch. Well,
if we start laying off people, then there's going to be less jobs, and then people are going to want to go to work.
You think that's going to change that mentality?
The age group?
No, I'm not talking. It seems like it's hitting every age
across the board.
Yeah.
Well, I know that it's very difficult for different restaurants and different places to find people. Because of that price point. And then everybody thinks they can be affiliate marketer online, according to TikTok.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stay home, or are they gonna do a radio show or a podcast and make money from it?
I'm gonna do a fishing show.
But anyway, I just see the issue right now that for most people is just understanding where the rate is, what your payment is. It's going to be higher than it was. It's okay. We'll look at trying to get money from the seller to help buy that down.
Well,
and if not, then you have to stop going to Starbucks.
Yeah, which you probably should stop doing anyway.
Yeah. I make a better cup anyway.
As I sit here with my Giacomo's.
Well, I sit here with my cup. You got to have the right cup.
Yeah, you are. Sunshine, raise.
Raise.
We're going to change your first name.
Yeah.
All right.
That's my middle name, actually. I'm not joking. Ray.
That would be hilarious.
No, it is. Ray.
So we digress.
My middle name. After my uncle.
Friday looks like it's going to be a wonderful day because it's the 9th.
Because it's day after my birthday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yours is tomorrow.
Yeah, Karen's on Friday, right?
Right.
That's his wife, by the way, if you don't know that.
Happy birthday to you, too.
All right. And happy birthday to Karen.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll be back here on Friday.
Yep. Bright and early.
Yep.
Well, not really bright and early, but
8:30. 8:30. That's still early.
For some people.
Yep. All right. Well, if there's any questions you have, and again, Joe, thanks so much for always reaching out and asking us questions.
And listening. And Sunday.
And the last thing I'll say is stop reading stuff on Google.
Google.
Don't Google and see what they say. Our lenders loosening up, hearsay. That's why hearsay is not put into court.
It's like back in the day when news started to shift, and some of these big news places would say, it was interesting to watch was some would say, no, some aren't saying, you're saying it. This is your narrative. Some would say,
I mean, when they stopped giving you the news and
started giving their opinion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I wish we could get back to that.
The news?
Yeah, no more opinions.
Yeah, I don't care about your opinion. It's your opinion.
That was the one thing when we did the Camino de Santiago.
Uh-huh.
Some of those stations that we had to watch because they were in English, but they were in other countries. They just told you what it was.
Right.
This is what's going on.
Right.
This is what's going on here.
Yeah. You make up your mind.
Yeah, exactly.
Some would say. All right. Some would say that this is the end of our show.
That's right. And possibly the last one.
No, I didn't say anything horrible.
No, we were fine. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for reaching out. And we will talk to you again.
Have a wonderful Wednesday.
Yep.
Is today Wednesday?